You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live every week. Turn on notifications to never miss an episode. Now your host, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros. Welcome to the 342nd episode of Potty Talk Live. I'm your host, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber, along with my co-host, the lovely Laura, where we're talking the business of plumbing, how to systemize, stylize, and monetize your plumbing business. And we got a great episode for you. I've been looking forward to this one. We finally got this cat back on the schedule here.
No.
Dan, the brand man, Antonelli.
Does anyone else call him that, I wonder?
Kickcharge Creative. This guy is a genius. All right, he
Yes,
is a wizard. Yes, I have a man crush on him. Especially after I wanted to share a little bit of a story. What's happened to him in the last year? You know, it's great. This great company. He just has these skills.
Mad
Great team, and
skills.
right, and all this kind of stuff. And then he went through a life-changing thing here, and he's back. Better than ever. And
I know, because
so-
since he's come back, he's done some incredible work for our
Yes,
LDP clients.
yes.
So I have to ask him though. He's done two of our Jersey clients. Got to ask him which one's his favorite.
All right. And see if our clients are the favorite.
Well, of course they are. Hello.
All right. Hey, it's great to have you here.
Hey,
all right,
hey,
welcome.
Cleet.
Hey, that's right, Cleet. Good to have you here, mate. Hey, if you're watching
down at
live, part of the live social
Canada.
audience, please type live in the comments. Let
Yes,
us know you're
please.
here. Okay, glad you're here hanging out with us live. If not, I hope you catch the replay. And if you did, please type replay in the comments. Let us know you did. Okay, and if you're listening to the podcast, you know what to do. Just keep on listening. All right.
Listening.
Hey, baby.
Hey, honey.
Hey, I haven't seen you all day. I mean, I feel like I want to talk to you. I'm looking forward to talking to Dan, but I want to talk to you. We've
we
been
can talk
separated all
after.
day.
I know, because
Yeah.
you were busy.
I know.
You're a busy guy.
I was getting.
Getting stuff done. I was
Yeah.
building zaps all day, which is like my most favorite thing. You
Yeah.
guys don't know what a Zapier is?
It's
If
probably
you're-
good
if
I
you're a
wasn't
tech-
here.
If you're a techno person at all,
Yeah.
I mean, zaps are just fun.
Right.
So it's me and my computer building zaps, happy as can be.
So you're happy. So you're saying you didn't miss me?
I missed you a lot.
Yeah. All right. All right. Hey, we missed you guys too. So glad you're here. Ted Thompson, happy
Hey,
birthday.
Ted.
Happy birthday to
It
you,
is Ted's birthday.
young
Happy
man.
birthday to you.
All right.
Happy birthday,
Jersey
Ted.
Boys
Are we
is
gonna
live.
finish-
What?
We're going to finish his song.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Top Hat Plumbing. Happy birthday to you.
That's the
All
second
right.
person we've sung happy birthday to. Last day.
Mr. Ryan's in the house.
Speaking
Jersey
of a Jersey
Boys.
boy, yes.
All right.
Okay, so stand by there, Bobby, to see what
yeah.
what the answer to the question is. What's his favorite Jersey brand that he's
Okay.
done?
Miss Kathy Copeland's in the house.
That's right. Okay,
Okay.
has to be Dan's favorite San Antonio
Yes.
client, I would think as well. So
That is Roadrunner.
Roadrunner
Plumbing.
Great branding.
Great design
So fun.
that Kickcharge did. Mm-hmm. All right.
One of our faves.
What else we have in the house with
Who
us?
else is checking in? I got my new. No, it's
Okay.
not new, but my tablet here, and I get to see all this stuff. Cletus, Joel. Oh, Ashley, I owe you a phone call. I know. I'm sorry, we've been busy getting ready for the show.
See Jacob here.
Anne's here, and with Babe Plumbing, another
All right.
great Dan. And you can see it in her profile picture, Babe Plumbing in the background. So, anyway,
Really good one.
Is yours not working?
Jared.
Are you?
All right.
oh.
JW Plumbing. Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey,
Hey,
Jared.
listen up to this, Jared. We're going to do some branding with
Ooh,
you.
JW.
All right.
I'm assuming JW is maybe his first and middle initial.
All
I don't
right.
know.
Hey,
Corey
Ricky, I see
says-
that. Today would have been your dad's 91st birthday. He
Oh,
passed away in
well,
August.
Well, happy
91st.
birthday, Dad.
Now he's with Jesus. Amen.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna be talking.
Timothy, Connecticut
yes.
is live.
Happy birthday. That is Shelby. To a special shout out to the Thompsons. So.
Hey, question
she's
for
allowed.
you. We're gonna bring Mr. Dan Antonelli
In
on.
a second?
I know Dan, the brand man. I know that's just kind of fun, but he's more like Mr. Wizard or something. But Dan, the brand man, that's very playful.
Yeah, I think.
But it doesn't seem respectful enough though.
Oh,
for
he's
as
a
good
Jersey
as
boy.
Dan
I think
is.
he likes it.
All right.
Shout out Rick's Plumbing in Cleburne. I don't know, Texas. Okay, and I'm assuming that's Rick.
All right.
So
Good to have you
Rick,
here,
you need to
Nate.
change your name, your
All right.
plumbing name. Live here, to the T plumbing.
Plumbing and heating. All right.
That's interesting.
All right,
to the
Nate.
T.
All right. Good to have you here.
Yeah.
All right.
Good to have everybody.
The question for everybody.
Yes. What is the question tonight?
What's your
producer?
favorite brand?
What's your favorite brand?
What's
Not
your favorite
plumbing,
brand?
Not
It doesn't have to be
just
plumbing, but what's
anything.
something? Yeah. What's your favorite brand? You know.
Yeah, any brand that you relate to, and you always, if you're buying something like that or that type of product, you always go to that brand.
Yeah.
Most people that are like Apple, they love Apple, right? And they only get Apple,
Right.
Apple, which I don't understand for the life of me because I hate Apple.
All right, Mike
but-
says just signed up with Kickcharge last week.
Good.
All right,
Mike,
can't
did
wait.
you change your name? I'm wondering. I'd say I know I need to rebrand. I'll be rebranding soon.
Hey,
Okay, well, Jared, this is a perfect show for you.
Okay. Yes. All right, Jared. Listen up with this. And I always will get into. We'll maybe talk a little bit this with this Dan, but I always, with our clients
What
that
do you
we
think
get
of
to
the
talk with. What do you think?
Oh, I can't see him very
Ooh.
well, Ricky. It's
All
too
right.
small. I can't
Okay.
see it.
But-
Look. We'll look later.
Okay, but it's this whole branding, going this experience. The Kickcharge is great, and I don't have no problem saying, in my opinion, I think they're top shelf, but they're probably the best.
Probably.
I know. I'm trying to be because I know we had a lot of good. It's like I don't want to smack anyone down.
Oh, I'm going to say it. Dan,
Yeah, I know.
they're just definitely the best.
Okay, they're the best.
They
Okay.
really are. Yeah.
All right, but
I don't care.
the experience, guys. A couple just said they're looking at the branding or starting or considering. Hey, it's great. They do a great job. They really want to know who you are. What you're about, because that's part of the brand. Stuff.
Right.
Dan will probably talk about that. And the research they do in your market area, so that, you stand out and all that kind of stuff. But it's an emotional experience. All said and done.
I think Dan has made a lot of our clients cry.
I think it's,
And I think
and I don't think it's Dan necessarily that Dan makes them cry.
I don't
It's
know.
just
Let's
the
ask him.
experience. But they wind up crying. And guys, I always tell my guys here, when you see the truck and it has the new brand and stuff on it,
When
it's
they wheel it
okay.
out.
And they wheel it out. It's okay if you have a little tear or something like that. You won't lose, your man card.
Yes, which
Okay?
we just had another client get theirs done that Dan did. Plumbing Nerds out of Canada, actually. Such a fun
Yeah.
brand. That was really fun.
Right.
So,
And so-
anyway.
but it's an emotional
Milwaukee.
experience going through this.
Yes, it is very
You know,
emotional.
and-
Yes, especially when you like our clients have something in mind.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, duh, Milwaukee. Get it, Milwaukee Tools.
Oh.
I was thinking city. I don't understand.
Right.
Okay, he was saying Milwaukee is his favorite brand.
Okay,
And I think Ann said before Air Jordan's.
Milwaukee tool. Yeah. So I had a favorite tool. In fact, that was mine when
Milwaukee?
back in the day. Power tools came out right when I was getting out of plumbing. So Milwaukee was mine as a power tool.
So, what's your favorite brand overall? Just brand in general.
The lovely Laura.
And that's not a brand yet.
It sure is. In my world.
Well, that's true.
And Babe Plumbing says there's no question Dan and his team are the best.
Are the best, yes.
Thank you
And
for
just
it.
so we kind of say this up front, if you guys ever do want to get some information about Kickcharge, just type brand in the comments and you will get a link to their website. You can set up an appointment to meet with them.
Yes.
They're low pressure. But
Aaron said they just rebranded for the third and final time.
which a great brand.
It is sharp.
Super
And that
sharp.
was one of that's Bahama Plumbing.
Bahama Plumbing, yes.
Okay.
That turned out really well.
And it's just you get the ideas, you get their ideas, you try to you put some of your ideas together and put it all together, and Dan just takes it and it just
It's magic.
right makes you cry when you see it.
Duluth Trading Company. Oh, that's an
All right,
interesting one
cool.
to
Yeah.
be a favorite brand. Duluth,
Right.
They have fun commercials.
Well, they may come out. We're talking with Dan. How powerful? Why do we like these brands, and what makes us want to use
emotional
them
about
or
it
get
or
right,
get
and
such an
connect with them and all that. So if we see,
Yeah.
we may bring that with Dan. Well, let's get to Dan. I want to
Let's
let's
do
get
it.
Dan on here.
Okay.
All right.
Dan the
This
brand
is
man.
Dan the brand man Antonelli. Are you in the house?
Shelby.
Hit
There
the
he
button.
is.
There we go. All right. We're on the
Look at him. He's right there. Look at that.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Well,
That was a hell of an intro. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to see you guys, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get booked on your show. I mean, I feel like I got to know somebody to try to get in.
Well,
Well, it
just
is
grease the
right.
palms just a little bit. And
No, we were talking, in the green room before we get started here with Dan, and we could swear. I mean, maybe it's because we talk about you all the time that we think that we're,
our clients are talking about you all the
I'm
time.
fine with and so. But it's been a year. In fact, you remember because last time you were on Potty Talk Live was right before your life-changing event.
Yeah.
Would you mind sharing?
Sure. I mean, last February, January and February, I started having some health concerns. I was having actually some chest pain, right? And I'm an athlete. I've been racing bicycles for 20 years, so it's not like thinking I had something seriously wrong was really actually happening. But I had a cardiologist that I had been seeing, and he ran a bunch of tests and told me I was fine. And then I was still sitting in the office, like having chest pains, and it's like something doesn't seem right. And I went to another cardiologist, and he ran a couple other tests. And then the one test he did found that I had 2 major blockages in my widowmaker artery.
Widowmaker, that never sounds good.
So all of a sudden, it's like they're telling me I got to have open heart surgery and double bypass surgery. So I had double bypass surgery in February 15th. So it's going to be a year for me soon. So I am so blessed and so grateful to be here with you guys tonight, and just to be here every single day. And and you know, strange as it may sound, I think that experience was probably one of the best things that could have happened to me, because it really forced me to look at the way I was doing things and to just stop and try to really appreciate, you know, what I had, and really appreciate my team. And you know, I had to rely on them in ways that I hadn't before, because for a month I really couldn't work at all. And I mean, they crushed it, and it was great, because it was just good to see that this place could operate without me doing everything. You know, and I didn't do everything, but I mean, I was involved in things probably I didn't need to be involved in. I was doing things I didn't want to be doing. And so, like, through that experience, I just learned to, you know, basically trust the people more. And oh my God, did they rise to the occasion as far as how well they performed. And it's been an amazing year for us. It's been our most successful year. And I've got to stay more focused on the things that I love to do, which is working on brands. So in a crazy way, it was one of the best things that had ever happened to me. And, you know, I got really lucky, because if I hadn't, you know, again, sought some second opinions, you know, they kind of said I probably would have dropped dead while I was training on my bike. So it's pretty interesting, you know, winter for me.
Yeah, no
but
kidding.
you've come back. Didn't you say you've even hit some of the goals that, you know, you wanted to hit cycling even before this happened? But
you know, before you go into surgery, you start trying to get your mind ready for it, and you start trying to psych yourself up, and you start saying, oh, you know, the comeback will be stronger than the setback. It's all really easy to say all that stuff, and then after the surgery, like, you're jacked up for a while. Like, it's the real deal. I mean, they cut you in half, and it's not fun. Like, I can tell you, it's not fun. But I had some benchmarks as far as performance metrics on my bicycle that I had achieved prior to surgery, and last month I was already exceeding that. So it was just kind of nice to just actually, you know, surpass that threshold of where I was from a fitness perspective before the surgery to after. So I'm kind of like goal driven with numbers like that, especially as it relates to performance on a bike. So like, I knew all my numbers, and I was like, all right, I got to get this. It was basically watts and how many watts per I was doing for 20 minutes segments and things like that. So, you know, hitting those goals were certainly really nice to, you know, to really actually do that, to be stronger than the setback. And then I actually started also doing weight training as well. So I started weight training about 2 months ago, in addition to doing all the cardio stuff on the bike. So that's been kind of fun too.
All right. Well, good. Well, you also shared that, well, you kind of touched on the thing, but I like, you know, when we were talking before we started here about how, you know, you decided, why wait? Like, you know, you were watching a program or something that got you thinking about having a shore home, and it's like, that was something we think about maybe doing that when we retire or something like that. But is it
exactly? Yeah. So, you know, I came home from the hospital, and all I could do was sit on a couch. So I'm watching all these crazy beachfront renovation shows or bargain beachfront, whatever the hell they are, right? So I said to my wife, I'm like, I don't understand. Why don't we have a shore house? Like, we love the shore. We grew up on the Jersey Shore. Like, why don't we do that? And then within like 8 weeks of surgery, we went to look at some pieces of land, and we wound up looking in Delaware, and then, you know, 4 weeks later, we closed on a piece of land right on the shore in Delaware. So we're building our dream shore house in Delaware. And like, if I hadn't had the stuff with the heart, I don't think I ever do that. But it's the question of like, well, why didn't we do this? Like, what exactly were we waiting for?
Right.
So like, again, just, you know, lesson on that is just like, I'm not saying, obviously live crazy or spend foolishly, but like a lot of times we can do things right now, but we keep thinking that there's this thing down the road that we're supposed to be waiting in order to do that.
Right.
I was like, why are we waiting for this again? Like, I don't understand. Like, so we did it, and now we're building this beautiful home, and just really excited about that, and it's gonna be awesome, and we're gonna be able to make memories down there with the family and everything.
Like
so
now,
again, like,
now,
like, it's
not
a weird thing to say.
Not later.
But the surgery was a great thing that happened to me. Like, but
yes, and while you're still young enough to enjoy it, right?
Why wait until you're retired? We call it, that's what that really resonated with us when we were talking before, because in MDP world we call it the freedom lifestyle. So we're all about creating this plumbing business, this asset that creates wealth, financial and time. But at the same time, we want to get to the point where we call it living our freedom lifestyle, where we're not waiting until we retire somewhere down the road,
right?
That kind of a thing.
Right.
So that's what we're all about.
In Florida.
And that gets us around the brand. Branding is very important on helping that business grow.
Absolutely.
Right. It's gonna help you get quicker to living the freedom lifestyle.
Yes.
Dan, I was talking before, as we got started here, and we talked. I mentioned, I'm sure you heard, that I was saying that this is emotional. Working with Kickcharge and work on your brand can be emotional because we're creating all this. And of course, because we have clients that we know have used you, and that we know that it's emotional with them and blah, 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 right? Okay? But on your side, what are the hurdles, when you got a guy like, I'm a plumbing business owner, and of course, I have all my ideas about my plumbing business and all that kind of stuff, right? And I come to you. What's a hurdle you kind of have to get over, help the customer get over, client get over, whatever, that you got to work through in this process?
What the brand is.
Yeah, I think sometimes you have to remember that the brand that's being built, ultimately, we of course want you to like it. But I'm not specifically designing it for you per se. I'm designing it for the people that you are trying to attract, that you're trying to communicate with.
So good.
And a lot of that too, especially, is designed to appeal to women, because women are primarily responsible for making a lot of the first contacts with it. So people have to realize that branding has to be designed to almost address the bias that homeowners bring to the table with them. So they have a bias against contractors in general. They're worried about who's coming to their home, who's going to be providing service to them. Are they going to be honest, ethical, treat me fairly, not rip me off? So those are all things that this brand is trying to counter. So I'm trying to lead in with something that's positive. I want them to feel something about your company before you even get there. So sometimes, clients are like, oh, well, I don't like blue, or I don't like orange. Like, okay. Maybe work around that. But maybe Mrs. Jones loves blue, or maybe she loves orange. So you got to just, rethink about who the brand is really ideally meant to attract and approach it. So sometimes that's a challenge, but of course, within reason. Like, you have to like your logo too. Like, you're going to not be happy if you're looking at this logo that you hate every day.
Exactly.
But once you understand that who it's really designed for, then I think it becomes a lot easier to figure out, okay, well, here's why they were doing this, or here's why they were recommending that. But it's always a give and take. It's always listening to what the client is saying, and hearing their feedback and saying, okay, well, they're saying this. I know what the issue is that they have a challenge with. If we tweak it this way, or if we address this, or if I can just speak to why we did something, as opposed to what they're asking for as well. Like, it has to be a conversation, right?
Right.
So definitely. But, to your point earlier, when you guys were talking about, people crying and things like that. I mean, listen, first of all, for us, it's just very, the feedback that we get on our work is our why. Like, when people tell us your brand has changed our lives, like, what else could you possibly be asking for outside of that as an owner of a company? To say, your work has changed our lives or helped us to hire 10 more people or whatever the case may be. So when we hear that, I mean, that, you know, that's our we want to cry when we hear that, right? Because that's what it's all about. So finding our why is so related to the results that we're able to get for our clients. And you know, listen, changing lives with design. I mean, that's a really powerful thing. And I think that's the difference also, the way everyone here on this team approaches the work that we do is we know that the work that we do has the ability to change lives. And as such, there's a huge responsibility that goes along with that, right? So we always say design like lives are at stake. And you know, I teach wrap design to other artists and other sign companies, and I'm always speaking about that. And I'm like, if you can actually accept that responsibility of what you're doing and how critical the role is that you have for that business, then amazing things will happen. But, you know, listen, not a lot of people have that passion for it. You know, they're just like printing, like throwing it on the side of a truck, and they move on with their lives. It's like, I can't move on with my life. And then it makes sure stuff's perfect, you know?
Yes, and it's obvious when they do that.
Right.
You know, you can tell when that happens.
You know, we did your brand. So how's that been working for you, right?
$1 Million Plumber.
That's right.
The client.
You did. You are right. Well, and it was going
You
through.
didn't make us cry.
Right. You did.
Not even once.
Well,
did you cry?
we cried it when we got it after we.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, but he never made us cry during the process. He wasn't mean to us.
No, he wasn't mean to us.
Dan's not mean to anybody. But I would like it. I like in our process. I can relate. Of course, I know with our clients, but like in our process, I know we came to you and said, you know, this is the $1 Million Plumber. It's kind of known by my face. I don't take, you know, I want it to look good and fun, but I don't want it to be serious. I don't want to take myself seriously and all that. So,
but for some reason, Dan got rid of the toilet seat in our original Potty Talk Live. Do you remember that?
But I love what we came back. You hit it. You got the face. You got the appeal. You know, appeal. We've gotten great comments about the.
Well, and Dan, I don't know if you know, he's obviously got
and
a hat.
it's not serious.
Yeah, it's definitely not serious. But he's got a hat, you know, with his face on it, and he wears it when he goes to work out, and people will stop him and go like, "Is that your face on your hat?" And he's like, "Sure is."
I want one.
And they're like, "I want one." So
yeah. So yeah, you did a great
and it's
job
on the
with ours.
Jeep. You saw the Jeep. I mean, the Jeep's all
right.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff. But you've done you've done most of our clients, I think.
Sure, vast majority. Yeah.
Right. And
so which one was your favorite?
20 by now, right? Is it over 20?
I think it's over 20.
Yeah.
So which one was your favorite?
Which one was my favorite?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I know. Not right.
Really hard.
I know.
That's right.
Okay, which of the Jersey ones? Which one of the Jersey ones?
I'll figure.
You got Barron?
You got Barron.
And Jersey Boys.
And Jersey Boys.
Ooh, they're so different.
I know.
Yeah.
They're totally different. Yeah.
See, that's the...
Which one are you closer to from a location standpoint?
Barron, I think
Barron is close.
Yeah.
No, I think Barron's down by Cape May, so they're a little bit further.
I'm not sure. Jersey, that's all I know. Well,
Jersey,
that's a tough call. That is, I know. I'm putting you on the spot. Yes. Jersey Boys Plumbing is new, and that one just totally represents Jersey, right? I mean, just the whole feel of Jersey. And
I don't think I've seen a photo of the Jersey Boys wrap actually installed.
Really?
Oh.
So I don't think I've actually I mean, obviously designed it, I know what it's supposed to look like, but I never physically saw it. And I keep seeing Barron post all pictures of the van and the snow and everything like that. But I feel like I keep seeing that a lot more, but I haven't actually seen the other one installed yet. So I gotta
it's great.
Yes, it looks fantastic.
Well, we have a hard time saying what our favorite is.
Yes.
Because your point of it is, they're different and unique, and it's just you love them all. You know, I mean, it's just on how it looks. It's just a different game, which leads to it is a different game. So, but when we come to the game I think we have a couple new viewers here or whatever. Maybe so they're looking to get branded, do branding or whatever. But what is a common mistake?
I see that one. Wait, I don't know, Matt.
Okay. All right. Okay. What's a big mistake that a lot of us, when they come, before we actually get branded, but when we brand it ourselves, what's a big mistake, us plumbers make when we start our company?
Yeah,
we start our company. and
Coming up with the name and all the things.
Right.
I mean, it's funny, you're talking about naming, right? As probably one of the fundamental first mistakes that it is made is the naming aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
So you guys know I wrote that book. Actually, I have this book here. You guys know I wrote this book.
Yes.
Yeah. Put it on the screen so you can see it. Yeah.
Right,
That way.
there you go.
Yep.
So I'm writing another one right now, and I actually just finished the fourth chapter, and the fourth chapter talks about naming, right? And to me, that's such an important, critical first step. So, like, if you want to talk about real quick tips not to do, like, don't name it after yourself. Don't use initials in your name. Don't use generic names that sound like a description instead of an actual brand name. But that tends to be a lot of the obstacles that you have to try to work to overcome. So, like TJ's Plumbing, it's so difficult to actually brand and have be sticky in someone's mind because there's no visual to connect TJ with anything or to connect TJ with plumbing. So you're working all this time to overcome this initial obstacle, right? So the naming aspect in the beginning is so important. If you can nail that done, it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, we've renamed a bunch of companies with you guys. A lot of companies have changed their names because they've heard that. And they've experienced it also. Like, I think you could ask anyone that's named something like TJ Plumbing, and if TJ Plumbing is on here, I'm not picking on you, but if you were to ask them and they would say, I wish I had named it after myself, or I wish I had named it something different, because it becomes very difficult to assign a specific brand promise to that name, unless you're like super well known in the community, and most people aren't. A lot of people, I think, think they're gonna, it's my last name. People will get to know it, but it just takes so much time and money, right? So, like, if you're trying to do it, the most cost-effective way is to come up with a name that becomes sticky in someone's mind, and then they see the visual and they see the name, and boom. Because the goal is, right? What's the goal, right? Well, when I need service, I remember that name, and I instead of typing in plumbing repair, Seaside, New Jersey, I just type in Barron's Plumbing, and boom, I'm there, right? So that's how you want to try to win it. But naming typically becomes a real problem for a lot of people. They just don't know a lot about what to do.
Right.
So the next book that I'm doing is just 100% on home service branding. The entire book is going to be basically written for home service companies. I'm super excited about writing that. It's been something that I've been talking about doing for like 18 months. And then I found out that there's only like 200 copies left of this book in print. So I'm like, all right, I got to get going.
Get it updated a little bit.
We'll look forward to that one then.
And too, Dan, we've got, hopefully our producer's going to be able to pull up the before and after page on your website, and we can kind of talk over it. So Shelby, I don't know if you got that set up or not to bring that in. If you do, Shelby, also make sure his mic stays on if you switch over. But anyway.
But we'll get right back with that. We'll have Dan, and we're gonna hit that. And
okay.
I got
we're gonna take the short break right now.
All right.
Okay.
But I have something to give away here, Dan, and we'll bring you right back. But hey, appreciate you watching the program here. All right, and I have something for you because I want you to be able to succeed. So I have my $1 Million Plumber blueprint. And in it, I lay out the exact specs that you need to build a successful plumbing business. A little bit about what we're even talking about here tonight, all right? So check it out, okay? It's free. Simply type free in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/free and grab your free copy today. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shelby, I don't know if you can do that or not, but I'd like to kind of bring up the screen share.
Yeah.
Do the screen, screen, not screen share, just be that screen on the screen. But yeah, just kind of see some of the before and after.
Yeah, I'd like to show some
pictures.
of that. And I was thinking, I want the questionnaire. I got so many questions here for Dan, but we can't have them on all night here. But maybe while we show these.
Yeah.
Well.
Do you want what?
Well, no, we'll have to.
Yeah, make it the full screen one, Shelby, if you can.
So go to portfolio and then before and after.
Yeah, go to portfolio at the top, Shelby. And then there's a before and after. And then if you can just bring up the desktop capture of that would be great, and we'll just talk over it. We're talking, there we go. I love that page. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Hey, and Dan, as we're looking at some of these and maybe scrolling through, Dan, would you mind explaining what makes a memorable brand? You know, so maybe, you know, as you see these different designs, whatever, different things that stand out that makes a memorable brand.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm hoping, Shelby, I don't know if you can bring just that up by itself, just that desktop capture up all by itself, full screen. That would be great. So anyway, go ahead, Dan.
Okay.
I think she's probably feverishly working on it right now.
All right, we do. Sorry, Shelby. Our producer is great. And we just threw her a curveball.
Right. There we go. I knew she could do it. There we go. Oh, Dan, can you hear it, or can you hear us?
Yeah.
We hear you. Okay, there you go. So you see your page, right?
Yep. Yeah, so, you know, just looking at the before on some of these, you know, again, we would just call that blanding, right? So just the plain white truck certainly is not very disruptive, not very memorable.
But yet it's clean. I can see, like, starting out, like I was doing that. You go back to the, Shelby, go where they show just the white truck, right? I mean, that's really clean looking. I mean, it's not that sucks. Right, you know.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
so I mean, so I would be proud of that. I'm starting. This is great
Because everybody saw our first one. So anyway.
But
there's a good one. Scroll down. Scroll down to the third one on the left. The GI plumbing. That would be one of our favorites, if you would please. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah. So GI plumbing, just, you know, again, an example of a wrap design that has legibility issues outside of the fact that the background is too busy and you can't read the name of the company.
Right.
So again, those are some logistical problems, just even with the way in which the actual wrap was designed. So making sure it's clean, it's easy to read, and it's impactful is definitely something that you want to make sure that your truck wraps are deploying. I think also too, to your point, Laura, if you look at the one above that to the right for Georgia Air, and you look at the before, you could say, well, the before on that one is
go up to the top, Georgia. There you go.
There you go. Yeah. So look at the before. So the before, like, I can read everything, right? But there's no story that's being told there. It's kind of this generic kind of graphic, and then we wrote the tagline with, you know, we'll make sure everything is peachy. I think it's something like that. But the idea of developing something that's like more of a story with that one, you know, it just makes it so much more impactful. Like, which one would you remember, and which one just looks like every other white van that you see?
Exactly.
Right.
Totally blended. Do you click on the load more, Shelby, too? Yeah, and it's so funny when you look at some of the before. Almost every one of them is white with red, white, and blue.
Right.
Right. Is that true, Dan? Do you
Exactly.
Or us plumbers, just we're not the most creative people in the world. We did have orange in ours, though.
Yeah.
We had blue and orange, but anyway.
Well, I painted those wheels every morning before I took off. Orange.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
And guys, this is a great, just everybody watching or listening, a great place to go on Dan's website, Kickcharge Creative. Is Kickcharge Creative, or is it kickcharge.com? Just kickcharge.com, right, Dan?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And again, it's underneath the portfolio, just to kind of spend some time going through it, looking at these, just to get ideas, too. You may think, my truck's great, it's red, white, and blue, and it's nice and clean. If you go on here and start looking, you really start to, your juices kind of get going, your creative juices going, it could be better.
Right.
It could be better.
So just, you know, go in there and take a look. And look, branding makes all the difference. Hey, Shelby, can we go ahead and bring Dan back? Let's bring our faces back on. I'll give you time to work on that. But just, you know, just saying the branding makes such a world of difference.
World of difference.
You know, and we don't start off, Dan, you know, in our private coaching and that kind of thing, and even in the academy, the Success Academy, branding's not one of the first modules. In fact, it's not, you know, it's later
in the academy.
But it's a thing that I would like to make right out of the chute. You know, going from figuring what their hourly rate really should be, what's a fair hourly rate, to branding. I would do that. It's that important.
Right.
But it's just kind of a, you know, it's scary. It's a hurdle to get over these guys, because we get wrapped up in our own name, and we think, well, you saw some of these trucks. They were, you know, nice. I mean, they were clean. For a plumber? I mean, it's clean.
For a plumber.
But so we get wrapped up into that, and it's just a hard kind of hurdle to get these guys over.
Hey, Carmen's watching. I mean, you're doing Carmen's, right? Carmen Lacasa's?
Yeah, his is done. Yeah, his turned out awesome.
Yeah.
Did it stay La Casa plumbing?
Yeah.
It did say La Casa?
Purple and light blue. Again, we picked colors because everyone in his market was red, white, and blue. or red and orange, or orange and blue, and very common colors in his particular market. So we said, hey, let's do something with a different color scheme. So as soon as that truck is coming towards us, you'll know that that's a La Casa plumbing company van. Mm-hmm. So again, colors become such a critical issue. So for anyone, even if they're not using Kickcharge and they're trying to figure this out, start with a board that has every single competitor in your market and have pictures of their vans and look at what they all look like, right? And then you decide what approach would be more unique, more disruptive in your particular market, and go from that. So if everyone else is using red, white, blue, I'm not putting another red, white, blue brand in your market. So you just got to think about that. And sometimes that idea too is a little scary, because I think people's natural inclination is to do what everyone else is doing, right? Sure. Because, well, it's working for them. Right. And here's this guy coming in saying, we're going to do a total opposite of what everyone else is doing. And that's a little scary for people sometimes too. But you got to get over sort of that mental fear about it. And that's what it takes, guts to sort of zig when everyone else is zagging, kind of thing.
But that's how you stand out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stand out from the herd. Step away from the herd.
Do you like doing the ones with the icons the most, or the characters?
People sometimes ask us if icons perform better than mascots do, and we do both. Probably, I would say we probably do a little bit more mascots than we do more clean and corporate icons. I think so long as the messaging and the branding is consistently applied and is professionally done, they both work well. Sometimes the mascots are a little bit more personal. They're a little bit more warmer, the brand. And sometimes you can assign a brand story to them a little bit more easily than you can something that feels like, it's a little bit more iconic and maybe not as personable, right? So sometimes it's easier to put a voice to those brands than it is to something that's more icon-based. But I don't really have any hard data to suggest that one performs better than the other. And you have to remember too, I think that decision has to be market-based. If I go into a market and there's 10 other mascot-based brands, I don't know that I want to put another one in that particular market, because it's kind of saturated in that particular space. So it's like, well, we got to do something different then if we're going to be disruptive in this market. Because even if there's 10 other really lame mascots, they're still out there, right? So thinking about how to do it differently always has to be kind of what drives that decision sometimes.
Okay.
Man, a lot of good stuff, Dan. I really appreciate it. Hey guys, if you want to check them out, go this route. Well, first of all, I'm telling you to go that way. You can simply type brand in the comments, or you can go to themilliondollarplumber.com/brand. All right, and get a chance to talk to Dan the man, or the crew there. They're all
give
great.
A shout out to the main, maybe not the main person, but one of the people that, at least is one I always deal with, Terry Lynn. She's just amazing. I know she takes such great care of all of our clients and all the MDPers. So Terry Lynn, if you're watching, thank you for all you do. Well, she does a great job. I had a question for Dan, and now I forgot. And it was really, really important. Okay. It was going to change everything.
Well, the good news is we have his phone number, so
I can ask him.
Yeah, so we can call him direct. All right.
We do that. Oh, and yes, Dan. See, it's everywhere. His face.
Yeah, I got nothing. You guys didn't send me any swag. I got nothing.
Oh,
wow, we're terrible.
We are bad. We are.
It's in the mail, Dan.
Okay.
I got no hats. I got nothing.
They're coming.
All right. Will you wear $1 million plumber hat? Right. That's the question.
Okay.
With Richard's face.
You got it. All right, man. Hey, again, really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time.
Oh, no problem. It's good to see you guys again.
Good to see you, Dan.
All right.
And hang around in the green room. We'll be right in.
Yep.
Please.
We'll talk to you.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Oh, Dan the brand man. Oh, that's what we need to get him. We need to get him a shirt. Dan the brand man. Don't you think? Like, yeah.
Yeah. I know. I'll design the logo myself. That's all right. Hey guys, good stuff there. The branding is so important, and I know of course, Dan, it's Kickcharge and all that, and really, I just tell you, if you're going anywhere, don't trust your brand to the vinyl guy in town,
or to Fiverr or one of those online places. Don't do that,
guys. It's worth it. Okay, it's as important as the tools that you use.
Absolutely.
And the equipment that you're installing.
That was a question I was going to ask him, so I don't. Anyway, about dude magnet. We talk all the time about dude magnets that the trucks start to attract, because all of a sudden these trucks, which are rolling billboards, right?
Yeah.
Other plumbers are seeing them all around town, and so they were thinking, man, something's going on over there.
And that's a nice looking truck,
Yeah,
or a
we're
fun
Bay
truck.
Plumbing,
Right.
Yeah, Jersey Boys Plumbing. I see their trucks everywhere.
Right.
Right. So they're dude magnets,
Dude
for
magnets.
sure.
Yes, yes, they are. All right. Hey, to learn more about the branding, and in fact, I think even Dan is teaches one of the classes here, or
In the
joins me
academy?
in the Success Academy.
Yes, he is
All
in
right. You
one.
want to learn more about branding? All right. You need the Success Academy, where I cover everything, not just branding, okay? But as I mentioned, how to create your own hourly rate, what a fair hourly rate really is, how to create your own flat rate pricing, all the right kind of marketing you need to do, and of course, branding, all right? And right now, you can check out the Academy for free. 14-day free trials, another free.
Free everywhere.
There's no excuse, right? All right, hey, simply type success in the comments, or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success to grab your free 14-day trial.
Yes,
All right.
do it. All kinds of
do
good
it.
stuff in there.
All right. There we go.
Dan the Brand Man.
This is all kinds of good stuff tonight. I mean,
Yeah.
just
We'd
the
like
stuff
to
that he
have
just
Dan on.
throws out there in passing, go back and listen to him again,
Yeah.
okay? All right. Hey, but it was great having you here. All right. Branding, all right, it's key.
It is key.
All right. Hey, as always, though, you were purposely, wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things.
forget.
All right? So plumb like a champion.
Thank you for tuning in to Potty Talk Live with Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now.
Just do it.
To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, turn notifications on now and join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.